Happy Friday, everyone. Today we are going to talk about some data. Okay, that's a change from our property analysis. So as you can see, this is the data that we capture ourselves. And there are plenty of stuff in here, but I think let's, instead of going through this, let's go through the charts that make more sense. So what do we see? So this is the auction clearance rates plus, pass-in, withdrawal, total schedule versus total held, and where the direction of the market is moving. So let's look at quickly how 2024 was. Now you can see the linear line in dots, okay, which is what I'm highlighting. You can see that from start to end, it is kind of going down, and that's how the market actually moved in 2024. You could see, you know, it was pretty good in the start, reasonably well. I think, you had less number of withdrawals or pass-ins, but as you entered into the second half or late part of second half, you could see more number of auctions, which are auctions scheduled, which is what we typically see in a spring market. And then the problem here was the number of auctions actually held were pretty low, and then you could see that the number of pass-ins or withdrawals were also very high. So the market kind of went down from here onwards. Now, coming into 2025, there was some enthusiasm in the market in the beginning, but I think it kind of dipped somewhere around, I would say, here in March. Okay, so March typically is when you will also see lots of auctions, but the number of withdrawals or pass-ins were pretty high, as well as number of auctions held versus scheduled has been also low. Okay, so 14, 18, and then you see 1100 something. So around 300 were not even held. So it went on. You saw the same trend, and then the market sort of fell down here. This is the portion. This is the portion. So that's where I think there were maximum pressure in the market. There were pretty good deals. I would say the deals were there pretty good from March onwards till May. And again, coming from last year, as I said, yeah, there were really good opportunities here as well. And then coming into the early part of the year. So as we are now coming towards this side, which is June, July, that's when we see that market has picked up. Number of auctions, I would say, from May onwards, it's pretty much down, which we expect it to be down during the winterish period. Um, but once you can see the number of withdrawals have been quite high, it fell down. The number of scheduled auctions were lower. We could see less buyers, but now things are picking up again in this portion. So we can see that they had some reduced supply in this area. So yep, market seems to be picking up right now. However, I would like to warn you that the data and these every point is not accurate, and it's not because I have not captured it accurately. It is because you cannot have it accurate by any of the data providers. So we go generally through domain, CoreLogic, etc., but none of them will have actual data. And the reason being because they rely on individual real estate agents to call them or update them in the system. If they do not update it, don't give them the right information, it's not updated. So accuracy of the data will not be correct, but what we are after here is the trend. So if we say that okay, it was somewhere in the 60s in the beginning, and then it's climbing up towards 70%, okay, or which is actually 71 when I see it as of 5th of July. But the trend, you can see it's going up. That means yes, there is good movement um, in the upward side.